Okay, at this time, I'm going to move an item on the agenda up in front of public comment. It's item 16-184, a request from Terry Lacy and Cynthia Lucia related to the request to discuss House Bill 2016 H8240 and the Town Council's actions related to that bill. Is Ms. Lacy here? Okay.
Motion open.
Motion open and second. All in favor?
Hi. First of all, I just want to say I'm not here to beat you on the head. I know you're all good people. Can you hear me now? Is that spring? Again, I'm not here to beat you. I'm not here to scream and yell at you. That's not my style, and I don't like doing that. So, I've had the pleasure of talking to a lot of you at one time or another, and I know you are all good people, and I honestly believe that what you thought you were doing was the right thing, that you thought you were doing the right thing for the town. And I admire anybody who stands up to do the right thing, because like you, we all thought we were doing the right thing. So like you, there are consequences for your actions, and like us, we knew the consequences of our actions when we wanted H8240 to pass. We knew it, and we were ready to accept those consequences. And I hate when I say all the time. But I think it's just important that you hear what you've done and what it's done to us as a group that have worked tirelessly for that one little chance. My request to be placed on the agenda was originally supposed to be on June 8th, at the June 8th meeting. And ironically, I was going to talk about the legislation and request that you support the legislation. We all felt that was our one chance to actually have a voice in these proceedings, but due in large part to your interference with the legislative process, that one little hope that we had was taken away from us. What you did that night is inconceivable to the people sitting in this room. The people that have worked day in and day out, taken away from their families, missing baseball games, missing family dinners, missing kids' birthday, all because they're fighting for their family's quality of life. But with one stroke of the pen, you took that away from them. Not to make you feel any worse, but I just want to tell you what happened. On June 7th, the bill was passed at the House of Representatives. Many people who were sitting in this audience were in attendance to watch that vote come in. We sat up in the gallery and we watched the yeses on the big board. Some of us were hugging each other. Me and my sister Ava actually sat there and cried. We walked out of the State House with a feeling of accomplishment. We worked hard and our hard work was finally paying off. We were one step closer to having a voice. Something you all told us for months that you had no control over. We didn't have a voice, so take it to the state, which we did. My sister Ava and I stopped for a celebratory dinner at Parenti's, and even the patrons were questioning us about our no power plant shirts. And they cheered with us when we told them the story. As we finished up and we were walking out, we were told to keep up the good fight. Good job, congratulations. Even they could feel our excitement and could sense our feeling of pride. Fast forward to 9 p.m. that night. I received a call from my good friend Lacy informing me about a press release that was sent out by our town council members coming out in opposition to this bill. I can't help but feel, and I think a lot of people in this room feel, that we were stabbed in the back. Our only hope was taken away from us. Then the next night, June 8th, members of this town council, the next night, June 8th, members of this town had to sit and hear the head of the union reading this press release to use against us as we fought to keep this bill alive in the Senate hearings. They had to hear the senators telling us that our own town council didn't want this bill to pass. The only word I can use was humiliating. It was humiliating for those people that were fighting so hard. I guess my question is, I don't know what you were so afraid of with this bill. We thought it was something good. We all thought it was something good. And I feel like you have very little faith in your constituents, that you didn't know that we knew the risks that we were taking. I've spoken to some council members, and I've said to them, I felt like you all thought you were smarter than us, that we didn't know what we were talking about. We've worked... How could we, just plain common folks, possibly understand the ramifications of this bill? Well, I'm here to tell you, we all knew the ramifications of this bill and what could possibly happen. Speaking to a council member, I was told there were 100 different scenarios that could have played out. I can't help but think one of them, just one of them, could have been that the plant wasn't going to go in. And that could have been one of them. Contrary to what you all think, that could have been one of them. On June 15th, we watched the outcome of the bill not being moved out of committee. Some of us cried in the hallway, but fortunately this wasn't tears of joy. But there's one thing I want everybody in this room to know, and remember this, and all you to know. We are Burrillville. We are Burrillville strong, we are Burrillville resistant, resilient, and we gain our strength from one another. We will persevere, which brings me to my next point. I think you owe all of us an explanation, and we deserve nothing but the truth. I think, no, we've got to give them the chance to give us an explanation. I know a lot of you are asking us to move on from this, and I think we can, as long as you're upfront and honest with us about what happened. I really think we can, because we're smart people in this room, and I think we can move on for this. I think we need to learn how this all came about, because it's not so much why you did it, it was how you did it.
Absolutely.
And it's, because again, I think some of you did it because you honestly believed it was going to hurt the town, and I don't have a problem with that. I honestly and truly don't. But what I have a problem with was the way you did it, and what a slap in the face to the people sitting in this room. And on the other hand, I also believe there were some violations of the open meeting laws, and I have. So from my understanding, and if you don't mind, I'd like to ask a few questions, and again, honesty right now is all we can ask for. Exactly when was the media release drafted?